What's actually the difference between squash and racquetball for those who don't know much about both?
Well, I think racquetball was created in the 1970s as probably a sport for people that were getting older and weren't able to cope with the speed of the ball in squash. And so the hybrid sport was created using the rackets from the American racquetball, which had a shorter racket. And also too, a new ball was created, which was a lot slower and bouncier.
So I'm the association secretary on the board of directors for the Ballarat Squash and Racquetball Association. So that involves keeping, the board is the decision-making body for the association, representing its members. So we have roughly anywhere between 100 and 150 members playing predominantly racquetball, but a lot of squash as well. It's probably a 60-40 split in terms of squash and racquetball here at Ballarat. So the club, I'm not 100% sure, but it was started in the 70s, founded in the 70s. Back then it had something like 14 courts. We had this one dingy court that's out in the back corner, which we've now turned into a car park. And then we've got two that have been converted into gym space, and that leaves us with about 10 courts, I think it is. So the 70s was privately owned and run by Lindsay Paddington and son, and that family was responsible for Ballarat for something like 3 decades, I think, and then it fell into membership hands, and it's been run by the membership since then. So we run singles racquetball Monday, Tuesday and Thursdays, and we have a junior program on Friday of racquetball. We run singles squash Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. We run a doubles racquetball competition on a Wednesday night and a Thursday morning, and this year we've started a doubles squash competition on a Thursday afternoon, or Thursday evening actually.
Advice for new players that are trying out squash or racquetball?
I would say that squash and racquetball can be enjoyed by any people, really. But I would say that if you haven't got much skill and racket skills, racquetball is probably a gentler introduction to the sport, and it means that you can actually have longer rallies and probably enjoy the game a little bit more. Squash, there's probably a level of skill for you to be reasonably effective at squash because the ball doesn't bounce, and it's a pretty fast sport and all that sort of thing. So, but of course, that if you want to be an international player, squash is the way that you need to go ahead, because racquetball is really probably more of a social sport at the moment.